Ever wonder about the origins of the legendary St. George, the Dragon Slayer? His tale begins in the rugged landscapes of Cappadocia, an area now nestled within modern-day Turkey. Born in the late 3rd century AD, the exact date of St. George's birth remains shrouded in mystery. What we do know is that he came into the world during the reign of Emperor Diocletian, an era marked by both progress and turmoil. The Roman Empire, at the height of its power, was a melting pot of cultures and religions, a backdrop that would have a profound influence on the life of young George. Born into this world of contrasts, George, also known as Georgios of Lydda, was destined for great things. His journey from a child of Cappadocia to a revered saint and hero was filled with trials, tribulations, and triumphs. Thus, in the turbulent times of the late Roman Empire, a legend was born. Following in his father's footsteps, George found his calling in the Roman military. Born into a noble Christian family, he was no stranger to the call of duty and honor. The military offered a path that was both respectful and challenging, a path that George willingly embraced. It wasn't long before he rose through the ranks, his natural leadership skills and unwavering discipline shining through. He became an officer in the Roman army, serving under none other than Emperor Diocletian. His service was marked by his bravery and integrity, values that were deeply rooted in his Christian faith. But it was more than just a career for George, it was a platform where he could live out his faith, even in an empire known for its persecution of Christians. The Roman army was where George found his calling, and his faith found an audience. In the Roman army, George found not just a career, but a platform for his faith. In a time of persecution, George stood firm in his Christian faith. Let's delve into this chapter of his life, when his faith was tested like never before. We're talking about the reign of Emperor Diocletian, a period marked by severe persecution of Christians. Diocletian believed in the old gods of Rome and saw the growing Christian faith as a threat to the traditional order. As a result, he enacted a series of edicts aimed at suppressing Christianity. These edicts demanded that Christians renounce their faith and offer sacrifices to the Roman gods. Failure to comply often meant torture, imprisonment, or even death. Now imagine being a Christian during this time. Imagine being a high-ranking officer in the Roman army, serving under Diocletian himself. That was George's reality. Despite the risks, despite the pressure, George openly professed his Christian faith. Picture this: a soldier standing before the emperor, refusing to renounce his faith. It wasn't just a bold move, it was a potentially deadly one. But George was undeterred. He was steadfast in his belief even when the emperor himself tried to sway him. George's faith was not something he wore like a garment, to be put on and taken off at will. It was an integral part of who he was. This was a time when being a Christian was not about convenience or comfort. It was about conviction. It was about standing firm in your beliefs, even when the world around you was demanding that you falter. And George, he didn't just stand firm, he became a beacon for others. His courage, his steadfastness, they gave hope to other Christians. He became a symbol of resilience, a testament to the power of faith in the face of adversity. This chapter in George's life is not just about his faith, but his courage to live that faith openly, without compromise, in the face of extreme adversity. George's faith was unwavering, a beacon of hope amid the storm of persecution. It was a test of faith, and he passed it with flying colors. One cannot speak of St. George without mentioning the legendary dragon. This tale is perhaps the most renowned legend associated with our hero. As the story goes, a fearsome dragon terrorized a city, causing great fear among its people. The beast was relentless, and the only way to appease it was through sacrifices. The city's inhabitants offered it their livestock, but when these were not enough, the monster demanded a more precious sacrifice: young maidens chosen by lot. The day came when the king's daughter, a vision of innocence and beauty, was chosen as the next offering to the beast. The king, powerless against the beast and the fate of the draw, prepared to send his beloved child to the dragon. But as fate would have it, our brave St. George was passing through the city. Hearing of the impending sacrifice, he made a decision that would forever etch his name in the annals of heroism. With his faith as his shield and his courage as his weapon, George confronted the dragon. The battle was fierce, the air filled with the dragon's fiery breath and George's determined cries. Yet despite the danger, George stood firm, his resolve strengthened by his faith and the life he was fighting to save. In a display of bravery and divine intervention, George managed to slay the beast, saving the king's daughter and the city from further terror. His act of valor, coupled with his unwavering faith, made him a symbol of chivalry and heroism, a beacon of courage in a time of fear. This tale, albeit a legend, encapsulates the spirit of St. George. His bravery in the face of danger, his unwavering faith, and his willingness to risk his life for others are the qualities that made him more than just a soldier. They made him a hero, a protector, a true dragon slayer. In the face of danger, George's courage shone brighter than any dragon's fire. His story continues to inspire us, reminding us that with faith and courage, we can face any dragon that comes our way. George's faith led him to the ultimate sacrifice. The Diocletianic persecution, a horrific period of Christian history, was when this noble soldier's story took a tragic turn. George was arrested for his unyielding devotion to Christianity, a faith that was deemed a threat by the Roman Empire. In the face of unimaginable pain and the looming specter of death, George held steadfast to his beliefs. He was subjected to severe torture, an attempt to break his spirit and force him to renounce his faith. But George, embodying the courage he is so revered for, refused to surrender his devotion to Christianity. The Roman Empire hoped to quell the rise of Christianity with George's execution around the year 303 AD. But their plan, steeped in brutality, backfired. George's martyrdom only fueled the flame of Christian faith. His unbroken spirit in the face of death inspired many, turning fear into courage, despair into hope. And so, George's death marked the birth of his veneration. He was no longer just Georgios of Lydda, the soldier. He was St. George, the martyr. His tale of bravery and faith spread like wildfire throughout the Christian world. St. George became a protector, an intercessor, a beacon of faith in a world clouded by oppression. His story served as a rallying cry for those who found themselves in the throes of persecution. His martyrdom became a symbol of the ultimate sacrifice one could make for their faith. In death, George became more than a man. He became a symbol of unwavering faith. His life and martyrdom continue to inspire, reminding us of the power of conviction and the strength of the human spirit when guided by faith. From art to heraldry, St. George's impact is felt to this day. His image, a knight on horseback, lance in hand, locked in mortal combat with a terrible dragon, has become a symbol of bravery and valor. This iconic imagery has found its place in countless pieces of art, literature, and heraldry, reminding us of his heroic deed and everlasting faith. St. George's influence extends beyond artistic representation. He is a figure of veneration and patronage, revered across nations and organizations. England, with its white and red flag, pays homage to the saint in its very emblem. Georgia, the country that shares his name, holds him in high regard, as does Portugal and the city of Moscow. His patronage also extends to various organizations, such as the Scout movement and even professions, like the cavalry and the infantry. His enduring legacy is celebrated in both the Western and Eastern Christian traditions. Every year on the 23rd of April, Western Christians honor St. George on his feast day. This day is marked with various customs and traditions, including the wearing of a red rose, a symbol of the saint. Meanwhile, the Eastern Orthodox Church pays tribute to him on the 3rd of November, a testament to his widespread veneration. But perhaps the most significant part of St. George's legacy lies in the values he embodied. His life is a testament to courage, faith, and righteousness. His unwavering devotion to his beliefs, even in the face of severe persecution, serves as an inspiration to many. His story encourages us to stand up for our convictions, even when it's challenging, even when the odds seem insurmountable. St. George's legacy of courage, faith, and righteousness continues to inspire, a testament to the enduring power of conviction.